So it appears that life is becoming really quite stressful and out of control for some people these days, Liggy. And I see from your work with the Learning Architect that you're really interested in modern life skills and helping people to take responsibility for the things that they do in their life to alleviate stress and the modern day strains that life brings us. Can you tell me about that, Liggy?
Yes, absolutely. And I think the demands and challenges of everyday life for many people now is really becoming quite difficult. And certainly sickness, absenteeism in the workplace is at an all-time high. In this country alone, the cost to the economy is £100 billion a year. So that's quite a lot of money for the taxpayer. The Learning Architect has been doing a lot of work over the last few years. We are essentially a consortium of behavioural skills specialists, and we work with lots of organisations. We do work with the NHS, we do work with the Department of Health. We also work with a lot of public and private sector organisations, and one of the things that we've noticed that in terms of people engagement, that in order for people to be able to perform really effectively, it's so important that they can manage their stress levels, that they're resilient, that they develop stamina. So over the last few years we've been going into lots of different organisations and conducting focus groups to really find out, what is it that makes people stressed in the workplace. And on that basis we've discovered a whole range of different things, but we've also been working with a model which is the UNESCO model, and this is the UN's Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organisation. And what UNESCO do is they really kind of like underpin that comment from the World Health Organization, because essentially life skills, which are behavioural skills, are all about, in a nutshell, being positive and being able to be flexible. And the UNESCO model looks at life skills in terms of 3 pillars. So the first pillar is about people's cognitive ability. So this is all the different ways that they think around creative thinking, problem solving, positive thinking, decision making. The second strand is looking at people's personal abilities. So this is all around self-confidence, self-awareness, self-esteem, everything really around emotional intelligence. And they look at the third strand, which is all about relationships that we have with other people. So everything around positive communication, building sustainable, positive relationships, and also as well being able to manage conflict situations.
So the 20 modern life skills that you've identified that help people deal with the everyday stresses of lives, they're a direct result of looking at the UNESCO 3 pillars model?
Absolutely. What we've done is we've taken the UNESCO model as a really solid foundation which underpins the 20 core life skills. So each of those life skills, which is a very comprehensive portfolio, sits very nicely under people's thinking ability. It looks at people's personal abilities and their interpersonal, and some of those will complement and overlap. And within the portfolio, what we've done is we've looked at the fundamental skills that people need, because our desire is to really distill some of the complexity and make this very easy for people to adopt new habits, adopt new behaviours that can really help them to make a difference, and essentially equip them with all the different behavioural skills that they need to be able to positively deal with the demands and challenges of everyday living.
How important is it that people take personal responsibility for the things that they do within the context of the 20 modern life skills?
I think it's absolutely essential that people take personal responsibility for absolutely everything in their lives, because there may well be situations that we can't change, but the one thing that we can do is we can change our attitude towards those situations. And if we want to affect different outcomes, then addressing our mindset is really key, because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So sometimes we need to look at different approaches. You see, taking personal responsibility is the key to personal empowerment.